So our suggestion is turning it off, especially if you're having some kind of an issue. It's super easy to do. Just type in game mode in your search bar, switch setting from on to off. Simple as that. And while you're here, you might as well turn off the Xbox game bar as well, because that's been known to cause issues with certain games as well. Really, any kind of overlay you get with PC games seems to cause more problems than it solves. So any of them, the Steam overlay, the Nvidia one, just turn them all off. Unless you use them and have a reason to use them, because you might be surprised just how much turning this off can improve the experience on certain games. Again, not for everyone. Certain people have certain preferences and certain systems don't respond the same way. Still, give it a shot. At number 6, run games in full screen to improve performance. Like, because of how common multi-monitor setups are these days, a lot of games default to windowed full screen rather than full-blown full screen mode when you play them on PC. They sound similar, but which one you're set on can actually have a big difference on performance. The reason that's the case is because on full screen, it automatically puts the system priority on the game, whereas if it's full screen borderless, you're basically allowing the PC to run every other program in the background process at the same level as before. So if you've got like a bunch of tabs left open, it'll cause a pretty noticeable hit to performance depending on your system. Of course, if you're playing like a low resource game, it doesn't really matter. But if you're trying to max out your PC with a 4K game that can like melt a top of the line graphics card, any performance improvements you can get, they're gonna help. So sometimes all you have to do is switch to full screen rather than borderless full screen. You'll notice some improvements in your games. It won't fix stuttering issues and some screen tearing a lot of the time, but it can also greatly improve input lag. Sometimes you have to set your desktop resolution to whatever resolution you want in-game for it to properly work, but in general, locked full screen is just better for performance. At number 5 is VSync versus frame capping. While we're talking screens, another important thing you can adjust is VSync settings versus locked frame caps. Sometimes this can actually make a pretty big difference. So they both basically serve the same function for creating a more smooth gameplay experience, but depending on which one you have turned on, it can make a big difference in how your game looks and feels to play.